medicine man. No, I ain't perfect, but I'm learning how to be the best I can.
Hi guys, welcome back. I am David Sailors.
I'm Dania Spear, and this is Country Swing 101 for free.
Today we're going to be going over circular basics. This is the first whip-like shape that you see in country swing at the beginner and novice level.
Some people call this the lasso. Some people refer to it as the string along. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to call it circular basics. Let's jump right in.
So we're going to get right into it. The first thing about these circular basics is they're built around the same principles of country swing, which is revolving around the center of the movement. Both of us kind of circling around that center. We talked about that in the basics video, how both partners kind of curve around the center of the movement. We're just doing this in an extended walking pace while we lock up in some sort of a connection. So we're going to start with the most basic version of this, which is often called the lasso, or just it's kind of like the blind man's whip, but we're not going to do a whip. We're just going to walk around with it. So let's show you how that works. We start in our basic, we rock back, and we go 2 steps in. And as we do, I'm going to come over the top and connect here and place this on my waist. This does 2 things. Instead of taking it behind my back, which will allow my follow to rotate and face where she came to, wanting her to step back with her foot, I'm going to keep this here so I can get a sideways stretch. I'm stretching into the hand here, she's stretching out, and as we walk around each other, we create a circumference. So now we're just walking around in a circle. We can elongate this as long as we want, and how we're going to get out of it is simply as soon as my follow steps on her right foot, and I'm on my left, I'm going to finish this by changing hands and stretching away and asking for the hand over the top. So in this one, it's just a little easier to do that hand switch, but essentially we're just going walk, 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 walking all the way around as much as we want until we get to essentially my follow's right foot, my left foot, and then we can exit out by simply stretching away. This works on the same principle as if you were to string something, put something on a string and kind of circle it around. As soon as you let go, it's going to go in that straight direction. So when I'm circling with Dania here, as soon as I let go of this connection here and I start to back up, she's going to go in a straight line where she was facing and rotate around because I'm holding her hands.
Okay, so for my follows, we're going to talk about footwork and the reason you would step through and not actually do a triple there. David mentioned that he's not bringing his hand behind his back, which means as a follow, I have less space to fill. And so if I'm maintaining good frame, chest open, shoulders down and back, when my lead leads me into this movement, step 1, step 2, already, if I keep my frame, I run out of space here. I don't have any room to take another step, or else I'm letting my shoulder go and I'm getting pitched forward. And so the only thing that I have to do based on connection is to step through using this space right here.
I'll be stepping back at the same time, which will give us sort of a counter around and make that motion want to happen.
So for the exit, follows, when we exit moves in country swing, our goal is to always find our lead and also create stretch. And so as I'm being released here, I'm going to square up and face my lead for that posting step in a straight line facing the hand, and then I will stretch away asking for my next pass.
So full speed, we're going to do this. We're not really going to talk about much of the timing on these because they're essentially just walking. We don't do any accelerations. It's all just slows. So 1 step per 1 beat of music, yes?
Yes.
So here we go, a basic first. Next basic is the lead cuddle. This is similar to what we just did, but the hands are going to be crossed up. So let me show you what I mean. So just like the basic string along, I'm going to turn myself ahead, but instead of catching at the waist here, I'm going to have the other hand, and I'm going to step through with both hands. Now I'm going to put myself essentially into the cuddle, and then start walking backwards. How we exit out of this, same as the other one. As soon as my follow steps forward with that right foot and I'm on my left, I'm simply going to go step in place so we can create our posting step and rock back, asking for the hand to go through. So no change in footwork, no change in timing or anything, just a change in hands. I essentially do a basic. I grab both hands and then I walk forward, forward, and backwards. And we start circling around. What's important is I don't get all the way across me like this. I stay up and connected so my follow can have a connection. And I'm not giving her all this slack and room. I want nice connection here and here. Now, when we're done, I'm simply going to step on my right, rock back, and ask for the inside turn. This is what it looks like full speed.
Follows for this movement, your footwork and stretch and how you think about this movement is exactly the same as the last one.
Hand on the Bible, I'm a decent man.
Now we're going to get into the follow cuddle basic. Now this is slightly different. In the last two that we did, the leader was walking backwards and the follow is walking forwards. In this one, the follow is going to be walking backwards and the leader will be walking forwards. We're going to get into this from a cuddle basic. So this is how it looks. We do our behind the back. And during the inside turn, I'm going to bring my follow into the cuddle. Now from here, simply her right foot is free. I'm going to let her circle back and I'm going to start stepping forward. And we're just going to step around with each other, just like the rest, except for I'm forward and she's backwards. Instead of pulling my follow around with a hand in front of me, this hand, I'm actually going to be circling her around with this hand on her waist. I want to make sure I'm not draped over my follow or I'm not facing my follow. We're side by side and I have a nice connection and I'm simply walking backwards.
Okay, so I want to make a quick point about our frame here and our arm spacing. So if David could get me into the move really quick. Once we get into the follows cuddle position, this arm on my waist is going to be pretty snug, but my chest is still open, my shoulders are still down and back, so my frame is engaged. That gives a little bit of tautness in the hand, and then this one as well. But this arm right here in front of us should have almost a 90-degree angle in our elbows right here for both of us, or almost like we're creating like a beach ball shape right in front of us. We don't want to drop this too far down. We don't want too far above the head, so we break our frame. Right out in front of us, elbows slightly bent, chest open. We want some like tautness in the hand.
So the exit of this is going to be essentially the same way we would exit going into cuddle and then unrolling. So let me show you that. It's in our last video. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That same unrolling action is what we're going to do. We're just going to circle around first. So we go into the movement. 1, 2, 3. We circle around. And then when I'm ready, my follow standing on her left, I'm on my right. We're simply going to 1, 2, 3, and rock back to go. That's the same principle that we talked about in the last one, where if I was spinning something around on a string and I let go, it just goes in a straight line. This is exactly the same thing. As we're circling, whichever direction my follow is traveling, as soon as I let go of this front hand, she's going to unravel in that straight line. And then we're just going to go from there. So let's do that full speed. It looks like this. Again, all slow steps.
Hand on the Bible, I'm a decent man. No, I ain't perfect, but I'm learning.
All right, this is the last type of circular basic. Number 4, we are going to do the Hammerlock circular basic. This is essentially taking a outside turn and redirecting off of that last step. So a lot of these, if you've noticed, works on the principle of instead of taking the last step and finishing the turn, you end up stepping through with that foot instead. We'll show you even more predominantly in this move how that affects it. So we start with 2 hands. We rock back into the basic. where normally I would do a leader turn and then a follower turn. But instead, I'm going to do an outside turn into hammerlock. So it looks like this. We rock back, I step out to the side, one hand goes down while the other hand comes up, and then I simply walk in, step, step. Now, normally, we would rotate back and finish this turn, but we're not going to here because I'm circling around and my momentum's taking me forward. My follow will end up walking through and we'll get this motion here. Now, the exit to this is a little bit different. You could just let the momentum continue and finish with an outside turn. That is a variation. But for a more basic principle, I'm simply going to walk through. So that looks like this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. We start walking around. As soon as my follow is on her left foot and I am on my right, we are simply going to do a basic. 1, 2, 3, and inside turn. So it's just doing a leader turn out of that back into a basic motion. If you've noticed, the outside turn replaces the leader turn. So while we're in that circumference, I can finish with the leader turn. It's the same side movement.
Follows. This one is really big on frame again. A lot of these circular basics are going to be easily followed if you have your frame engaged, because then you can know how much space you have to fill. So in this movement, I'm going to rock back and I'm going to start with my right foot. As I come around, David's asking for a high 5 here. And so if I have good frame, I'm naturally going to find compression or resistance forward as I come forward into this movement. And I'm then going to use that compression and let this twisting of the bottom hand turn me. So this turning action and compression here is what's going to circle me around. And then I know not to take a final step here because my lead's not giving me space in this connection. I'm feeling a stop here. And so again, just like the other move, I'm just going to take a step through. And as my lead is taking a step forward, he's naturally going to put me in that orbital structure.
One note for this leader is, like she was talking about how the hand goes behind the back. We are not going to place that for her. We're simply going to let the hand come down and rotate, and my follow will put it exactly where she wants. For my frame, I'm going to be nice and up. I don't want this collapsed. I don't want this pulled out like this. I'm simply going to have a nice circular frame here set in front, and I'm going to be walking forward, asking my follow to come forward. So this is what that looks like full speed. Again, all just slows.
Hand on the Bible, I'm a decent man. No, I ain't perfect.
There's a 5th circular basic. I know I'm going to say later on that there's only 4. We're going to do 5. This is another foundational circular basic. It's exactly the same as the one where we have our hand on our hip, the typical lasso, except I'm going to have it on my shoulder now. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to put myself in what's called cape. We rock back, and I'm going to go 1, come underneath with the hand to connect here. 2, the hand's going to go on my wrist, on my weight, on my shoulder, and I'm going to connect with the other hand as I start to walk backwards. This is exactly the same as the other ones. We rock around until my follow is on her foot here. Now, again, I can let go with this hand, change to the main hand, and rock back and go. What you will actually typically see with this is circular basics leading to some sort of a 2-handed outside turn, which is fun. Okay, full speed, that looks like this.
Hand on the Bible, I'm a decent man. No, I ain't perfect, but I'm learning.
Guys, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. That was 4 different circular basics that you can use in your dance immediately. These are really like novice level moves, so most people will be able to pick up on them right away.
Thank you guys again so much. As always, if you find value in this video and you enjoyed it, please like and share with your friends, and we'll see you back in the next one.
Bye.